Alright you guys, let's check out our simple Sequoia camper build. Hey guys, so we've been camping and as you can see our truck is pretty dirty. We also live on a dirt road, so that doesn't help any. We opted to set it up sort of teardrop style. So I'm starting off with the kitchen area, and as you can see it's just a plastic tub that has our kitchen stuff in it. I call it the chuck box, and eventually, hopefully, I will get fancy and actually build a real wooden chuck box for this camper. But it's got, you know, all of our utensils and things in a box here, and, you know, coffee filter and propane tank. And when we're out camping, I also put our little camp stove in here, or I also use another tote and carry extra stoves for backup, because you always have to have backup. This is Ron's coat, but I put it over the cooler with a little wool rug right here to kind of keep the cooler colder. I also put some insulation around it, and because I didn't want it to be like this Reflectix color, I just kind of put some contact paper over it. And I put reflective contact paper all on the inside of the cooler. Yeah, so this is where the kitchen goes. Eventually I would like to have like some type of way to have like a pull-out table of some sort or something, or a slider, so that we could have more counter space. But because the Toyota Sequoia has such a wide bumper, my camp stoves literally fit right here, no problem. I have to kind of level them out a little bit, but they're just like so much easier to deal with than even in the van that we have. And of course it's a hatchback, so like if it starts to sprinkle or something like that, I still can cook back here and not get wet. Also, the way we are trying to keep this set up, I will be able to utilize the cooking area even from the inside of the truck, as long as I sit down, because the Sequoia has a lot of headroom once you take, especially when you take the seats out. So there's just a lot of room in there. I can almost like walk around in it as easily as I could a van. But I'm not that tall, but still, I mean, there's just so much room in these things that I don't have any problem moving around in there. So like if the weather was really, really nasty, I could theoretically, like, I haven't tried it yet, but I could sit on the bed in here and actually cook if I needed to. Anyway, this little futon thing is great. I also have another one in the other camper, our van as well. It's like a different style and a different thickness, but it's basically the same concept, and if we wanted to, we could stack them together and have extra padding. But so far I haven't really seen the need to do that with this one. It's pretty fluffy, and what you can do is they're made, because they're a futon, they're made so that you can roll them up, and I can roll it and tie it so that it stays out of the way. And then I could have, you know, we could put a seat in here, or I can just keep it away from like the food area if I need to. So I could either roll it, you know, from the back, or I can roll it, you know, from the front. And the cool part about these things is they're so kind of fluffy, but they're not like a regular futon that people are used to seeing, that are like 12 inches high and that weigh like a ton. This thing's pretty lightweight, and it still does the job, which I really appreciate. And you could get all different brands of them. Amazon carries them. Just look for the roll-up kind of futon. But the cool part about this is we didn't have to build a platform or do anything, and we get to stash a bunch of stuff under here. And the Sequoia, if anybody has one, you know there's already a trapdoor where you can store like tools, and like your floor jack and stuff goes in there. But this like footwell has enough space to put a lot of stuff in. And trust me, when we were on our trip, we stuffed this thing full. We had all kinds of junk stashed down here underneath the mattress, and it worked out fine because we kept our feet on this end. So like, it was the worst case that happened was my feet were propped up pretty high, because I had a bunch of stuff, like my clothes and stuff, stuffed under there. And Sequoias, they come with, you know, like the seat pouches. As you can see, there's junk in there already, like old water bottles and crap I need to clean out of here. And they also have, like, you know, cubby holes on the sides where you can stick stuff. And on this side, on the driver's side, you can't really see it right now, but there's actually an extra cigarette lighter, USB, you know, pluggy charger kind of thingy in the back. And of course the cup holders work great to hold like squirt bottles and things like that. And then of course there's another a cubby down there. And what my thought was too is because this window on the driver's side never really gets utilized by passengers or anything, I'm thinking of building some sort of storage rack for like a paper towel roll or something like that eventually. But even if you never did anything like that and you just had like totes and set them all, most of them toward the back, and if you're a real minimalist, you could live in this like full time. I mean, to me it was no big deal like staying in this for like a few weeks this summer, and I'm looking forward to camping in it again. It's one of the few camper setups that I have done where like my first try it was like almost completely perfect. Yeah, this is like totally ideal. I really encourage people to like consider this kind of thing, because frankly I mean I already had the tub, but like if you were gonna buy stuff for this, I mean, yeah, you got to buy a cooler, and you can spend whatever you want on a cooler or an actual like 12-volt refrigerator, because there is a cigarette lighter plug in the back. You could put a refrigerator on it theoretically if you want to take that risk. You could totally set this thing up, like totally pimp it out if you want. Or you could just be really cheap and buy a tub like we did, which we didn't really because we already had it, and like a nice roll-up futon type mattress that's, like I said, not the thick kind. You want the kind that the traditional kind that actually roll up, and you can spend a lot of money or a little money on it, and that's it, guys. You really don't have to do anything else. You can put reflectix in the windows and curtains, and it's pretty much a done deal. And there's so much good tinting on the windows on these things already that, you know, you don't really need to worry about that if you're out in the woods anyway. So yeah, this thing is really cool. So I highly encourage people to, like, you know, think about really simple setups like this with like a Toyota like this, or even like a Subaru station wagon or something, or a minivan, like anything that you can have like a little bit of headroom and like a hatchback, so you can set it up like an old teardrop trailer with like the mess kit in the back and the bed in the middle. Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed that one, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.